This is a new era, bringing it all together. Getting your right mind, we grind, we do it forever. That's the only mission. Elevated thinking is a vision. Yeah, I'ma keep moving if this so hit. You can't stop me when I hop aboard the spaceship. Sit and watch as I make shit. I am not a human, I'm a living constellation.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I was like, bro, where is my pod? Where, dude, we're slacking.
Yeah.
Slacking, that's it.
I know, it's...
You know what I mean?
It's funny because literally I think the episode before he was like, yeah, like, you know, just the consistency and make sure I keep, you know, do it every day and everything. And then I woke up, I was like, dude, you hit 200 and then everything stopped. That was a wrap, man. I was like, dang. But I mean, it is up now. I haven't listened to it yet.
I actually listened to it on the way down here.
Yeah, on the way down here. Word. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I should have listened to it.
I just knew it was going to be a crappy ride down,
True.
dude. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put a little Jesus in my life real quick, dude.
Amen to
Put it
that.
on. I just did my own thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I should have did that.
Here we are. But
I should have did that because on my way home, I was thinking, what do I want to listen to? Because I wasn't not necessarily in the mood to listen to music. I'm always in the mood, but it's always finding the right songs at the right moment.
That's a struggle I think I've been having with late. Not think, I know for certain. Next.
Oh, yeah.
Next. Okay, we'll put it on Spotify. Now, I only have the free version of Spotify, so you only get 6 skips, dude.
Yeah.
So I do blow through 6. And then, okay, yeah, next song I definitely don't like. All right.
Damn, stuck
music.
now.
You know what I mean? I seen something on Instagram the other day, and this guy, like, so he makes fun of, like, not fun of what people say, but, like, people say funny things. For instance, this one was, like, if you had 6 minutes left to live, what would be the one song you would listen to? And then he moves, and, like, someone responded underneath, and they said, like, I would spend that 6 minutes trying to find that song.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I literally could never relate to that more in my life. But, like, these last, like, 3 months, dude, it's just been, like...
Skip.
So, like, I don't know. I just find myself listening to more pods. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
Now, since I've been listening to his podcast, like, it's been like 3 weeks. Ever since he's been in Chapter John, I've been, like, every morning consistently listening.
John's a good one. I mean? Yeah.
Whether it may not been in the morning, a couple mornings, I mean, but either way, every
at some
day,
point,
I've been listening, you know, to the pod. Like, even on weekends, I wake up and I'm like,
pod time. Oh, what do I do? Yeah, what do I do? Because it's only Monday through Friday.
Especially right now where I'm working Saturdays. Like, what, like...
I need something to...
Something, dude. And I'm like, you know what I mean? But I do, like, Joe Rogan's podcast. I started listening to him not too long ago. Theo Von's.
George Janko.
Highly
recommend.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
All right.
He's a comedian, but he is also Christian.
Yep.
His pods are very, I don't want to say like very Christian oriented, but it comes up. Like he's had this guy named, what's his name? Now I got to look it up because my memory is terrible. But the guy that he had on,
better be rolling right now.
Yeah, 100%. He is a very knowledgeable pastor. Okay. He's had Lecrae on. He's had Charlie Kirk, who's like, he does a lot of debating with people.
That guy you always see on TikTok. He goes to the colleges and all that. Yeah, okay, yeah. I actually like him, dude. I love the way he just not rips people apart, but rips people apart, bro. And it's all with facts. Like, he does it, but he does it literally ever so subtly. He's a Christian too, which is cool. That, like, some of the people receiving it are just like, well, no, you're wrong. And he's like, no, I literally just, like, debunked everything you just said. Yeah. And they're like, okay. And then they, you know what I mean? No, that is one man that, I think you could literally talk to anything about him, whether you side with him or not. And because, like, Pastor E has always said, let's establish a ground first. You have to. Off that. Yeah. And, like, that's how he does his arguments. You have to have some sort of common ground. Correct. In order, if you can't do that, then there's no point in talking because it's just not going to work. Okay, but anyway, sorry. I didn't mean... No, you're good. We're here to talk. His name is Cliff
Nectal. He's an older guy. You might see him on TikTok too. I get him on my feed all the time.
Right.
But very knowledgeable.
Okay.
He's had Johnny Chang on there. He was in prison, found God, and has changed his life. Like gangbanger.
God in prison. And to be honest with you, it's literally the lowest point of your life. So it would kind of make sense that God would try to reach out to you at that moment and reveal himself to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to see. He's had Cliff on a couple times. Super dupe. He's had Gabriel Iglesias on there.
Gabriel Iglesias. That man is hysterical.
Jordan Peterson, Candace Owens.
Okay. All right.
So he's had some good people, but so
definitely.
he it's definitely, you know, if the topic comes up, like he focuses in on that. He narrows in on that.
Definitely.
You know, he just got married, you know, they were, you know, but they talk about, you know, they talk openly about struggles that they have as far as, you know, just their walk and, you know, being a married couple, what it was like before, like things that they're still doing, things that they're trying to stop, you know, just like we talk about. You know, not to say that we're trying to be like them, but
no, but just that they have struggles, and as we do is what you're saying essentially.
Yeah, like a podcast too, you know, in a sense. But yeah, so it's really intriguing. Like, dude, I sit just listening, and it's super dope.
I'm definitely getting that from you before I leave. Then we'll do it.
George
after.
Janko, yeah. Shout out to George Janko podcast, super dope podcast. I recommend it. Sorry.
But yeah, no, I don't know what it is lately with the music, man. To come back to that, it's just like skip. That's why I started listening to podcasts. 'Cause I need something in the background, man. With my ADHD, dude, I gotta hear something. Man.
I feel you.
I gotta, bro. I'll put a podcast on at work and work, bro.
Same.
I'm grinding, welding. I'm not hearing what they're saying.
Yeah. It's just noise.
If I stop, okay, it's not dead silent in here. It's not crickets. You know?
Yeah. I do Joe Budden podcast sometimes.
Yeah.
Always a good one. But yeah, I've tried to switch it up. So usually on my way to the gym will be worship music just to start my morning. In the gym, I have that affirmation playlist. So it's literally just
That's amazing.
dude, I
Really is.
have never been more motivated.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a little bit now, right? Okay. Obviously, clearly, you've noticed a difference just by your reaction to it. You know what I mean? You would have reacted so excitedly, dude, when I said it if it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But, like, how significant for you has it worked so far?
Very, very. It's more in the sense of, especially in the morning, like they say that in the morning is where you're kind of in your most creative space because your brain is just starting to work. Yeah. So when I'm at the gym, I'm not only
to me because wouldn't you want the gears going a little bit before you go 100?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
agreed.
Hey, what do I know?
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
And I think I think for me that, well, even I've listened to it sometimes at work, but sometimes it throws me off.
Right.
But I think the combination of mindless work, working out at the gym, and having that on narrows me in, and it's just constant reminders and listening to those people just speaking and, you know, don't give up, keep pushing, you know, all the motivational things that you can think of. And then just personal testimonies. Like there's one from Arnold Schwarzenegger on there too, which is super cool. I was like, dang. And I thought hearing the same ones over and over again, I would get sick of them.
You would think so, right? But
and I'm not.
Like, it has to go deep with like frequencies of those words and all. Like it really has to like probably break down even deeper than what we can even comprehend. You know what I mean?
And it for me, it just says, Jay, refocus. Yeah. Remember what you need to do. Yep. You know, get to work. Don't worry about the little things. Just get to work. Yep. Focus on what you need to do. Make your lists. Get everything that you need to, you know, specifically, you know, for the podcast as we get into the new year. What are all the things that you need to do the rebranding that, you know, we've been talking about, and, you know, between the website and the clothing and, you know, all the different social platforms that we have. You know, write everything down, get everything where you need to be. Okay, start checking everything off. Dude, don't wait around.
Right, exactly.
Even when I get home now, you know, my brain instantly goes into, is TV really the thing that you want to work on, or should you really, you know, talk with your wife and be like, hey, listen, let's work on our businesses. Let's work on them together. Yeah. Or, give me an hour, right, and then I'll give you 2. Yeah. Instead of 3 straight hours of Netflix, right, which is what tends to happen sometimes. Yeah, I'll be blatantly honest.
Hey, it does though. It's what it is, bro.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I'm trying to get in that mindset of let's get the work done now, so we can rest later.
Right.
Because I don't want to keep putting in minimal work, right, over a 5-year span, when I can do it in 2 and then rest the 3. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get into that, especially just in that work-life balance and everything else. Because again, I still don't want to consume myself to the point I lose family, lose my wife.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Put business before everything. It's not that worth it to me.
To you, it's not.
To me.
To someone watching, it might be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure.
No, I definitely, I 1,000% agree with you, dude. I think the fact that I think that's one of the hardest things we can do as human beings. Like I've realized is literally give everything to our dream, but still try to maintain a personal life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can only imagine, man, what it's like for you to try to squeeze all that in, dude. Like,
dude, it's insane.
I mean, I ain't got a wife. I got a 14-year-old kid who plays Xbox, bro. He don't care if I'm there. I'm not. As long as supper's cooked, dude.
Right. Good to go.
Last, dude.
Good to go. Bro. Yeah, that's what I was. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I was in Atlanta last week, that's what I was talking to a lot of the people with. It's, once I'm done like work, like I'm trying to trigger in my brain, work is done. Yeah. Work is done. Yeah. Leave that over there. Give yourself an hour to work on the podcast. Once that hour is done, whatever you've gotten done, cool, move on. Right. Give your, reading the word, praying, whatever, and anything with faith, give it the time that it deserves. Right. And then once that time is over, it's over. Right. We can't make it up anyways. Right. So utilize it a little bit more effectively and don't sweat what doesn't get done because
you know what, there is always tomorrow. I mean, unless you're on a hard deadline, you got contracts, that's different, dude. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Then you just shouldn't put yourself in that position where it's coming down to the wire like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, definitely, I agree with you 1,000%, man.
Plus, there's not that pressure, Oh, I got all this stuff. I need to get it done. Oh, I'm failing. It's not getting done. Oh, what kind of person am I? This is not a business.
Maybe you're not getting it done at that moment because you're not supposed to simply just get it done in that moment, bro.
That too.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Mm-hmm. It's like driving to a corner store, dude, and it being closed. Clearly, you weren't meant to be there for any reason. You were not meant to be there on that day. That's why it's closed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like this this TikTok. I actually saved it on my phone. And I haven't watched it in a while, but I keep it there just in case. Yeah. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast, but essentially it's a reenactment, or I don't want to say a reenactment, but it's like a storytelling type of thing where this guy has this conversation with God, but essentially it's like this guy gets up, like his phone doesn't actually, you know what? It basically goes through just like what we talk about all the time. There's things maybe
on it was like Facebook or something.
But it's like everything happens for a reason.
Couldn't find a job, ended up having to take like a cheaper job.
So God teaches him a lesson. So I'm gonna kind of run through this. So he wakes up. His alarm goes off late. He's getting up. He's rushing to get ready for work. His car doesn't start. He's getting frustrated. So he tries booking an Uber. There's no cars available. So now he's probably late to work. He goes to the store. He's getting food. He gets lunch. The lunch gets knocked over. So like he lost his lunch. He doesn't have food. Yeah. Now he's getting ready. He gets a phone call. The phone call drops. He goes into the bathtub. The water's cold. He wanted a hot shower. And then he stubs his toe and he just screams, God, you want to throw anything else at me? Because I am done. And then I'm assuming this is where, so then there's like this premonition of God, my son, who are you? You know very well who I am, yeah. And so essentially, not to continue, I got through kind of the basics of what I wanted to talk about, but basically, so it was like your car didn't start because it was an accident that was, and you would have been in that accident, your car would have got totaled. The sandwich got dropped because the guy that made it was sick, and if you had eaten it, you would have been sick. You would have lost days of work. You didn't have PTO, and then the water was cold because if you had gotten in the tub, it would have like made you drink longer or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, or into a stupor. You would have fell asleep in the bathtub or whatever because you would have been comfortable. And then he's like, "You banged your toe because I needed you to call out to me."
That's crazy, dude.
And it put so many things in perspective. And once I saw that,
it does.
Even like months ago, it put so many things in perspective. Even just like driving, I'm like, instead of freaking out that this person is driving slow, which maybe they are just really driving slow, but at the same time, it just makes me think maybe there's somewhere that I don't need to be right now, as fast as I want to be. Yeah. So you know what? I'm cool.
So Murph, I always did the kid's late. That kid's a funeral, bro.
Like life.
But he always
Shout
says,
out to Life.
I'm never late. I'm where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. And like, I've known you guys for several years now. I used to laugh when he said that. He said that to me the whole time after 4 or 5 years I've known y'all. You know what I mean? He's always said that to me. And it literally was not until like 5 months ago that I was like, this kid may be a freaking genius, dude. Like, now I get it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, just stop.
It's so true, though.
You're not wrong. You're where you are when you're supposed to be there.
It's just like they say with God's timing. We try to rush it, and it's not the perfect time because we may not be equipped to handle what it is that we're trying to seek because it's too early. Or things may not be aligned in the right way.
Not even that. It's just, I think... Bro, let's be wild.
For example.
For instance, just think, okay? All your dreams came true tomorrow when you woke up. Okay? Say you did the steps, everything, okay? Like, it wasn't just given to you, okay? You now fast forward, like, bro, how wild would that be? Okay, mentally, are you able to handle that type of fame?
Right.
Pressure? Like, I don't think people understand, dude. Like, when your dreams come true, it's a very scary place to be. It is.
For sure.
I mean, it could be over in one day. But like, how are you gonna handle that? Look, dude, look at all these actresses, actors, hip hop artists, country rock artists, all of them. They get everything that they ever wanted. They develop drug habits. They
still unhappy.
You know what I mean? Because those people put work in. It wasn't just given to them, and they're still you can't handle the pressure of your dreams coming true.
Right. It's like NF on his album. He's got a skit in there, and he says he's like, my lowest point, I had the #1 record, sales were going off the charts. He's like, I think there was only one show on the tour that wasn't sold out. And he's like, I felt the lowest that I've ever felt in my life. I had everything. He's like, I was so worried, like, if this is it, like, if this is as high as I can go, like, what do I do next?
Yes, exactly. It's a very scary thing, man, when your dreams come true.
And I was watching the Netflix show Sprint, super dope show. And so the guy from Italy, he ends up winning the 100-meter Olympic medal, gold medal. Completely unexpected. There was so many people that were favored above him, and just by some miraculous miracle, he gets it for, like, I think first time for Italy to ever win the 100, and to win the 100. And he was saying in the doc, basically, ever since I won that, my life changed, and I really didn't know how to accept it.
No, you don't.
Because I did not expect it, and what came with it. Granted, congratulations. That's amazing. I'm sure, obviously, he ran because that's what he wanted, but, sometimes...
It's not just running no more. If I get to that level, it's not running a media company no more. You know what I mean? You get to that level, it's not just being an artist no more. Like,
it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's such a fishbowl
I look at them differently, bro.
I try not to judge it 100%. Like, give me the full clip.
I don't judge it. I just look at it differently. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's probably just a glimpse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, I've done it 1,000,001 times where, I'll be honest, you see a clip and you're like, oh, whatever, this place, whatever, you make X, Y, and Z judgment. And then I've taken a step back and be like, oh, wait, hold on, let me get all the facts. And then it's like, oh, wait, I misread that. Yeah, open mouth, insert foot, exactly.
Insert foot here. Ha!
Yeah. It was like one, I think, McDonald's that ended up kicking out this homeless guy.
Oh, really?
From the premises or whatever. Yeah. Some guy was trying to give him food and they kicked him out. And I was like, oh man, like, yo, it's messed up. Yo, McDonald's is whack. I think I put up a post and everything. So stupid. Yeah. Put up a post, yo, McDonald's is whack. Can't believe they kick out a homeless dude, blah, 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 blah. And then, you look it up and you research it and it's like, homeless dude was asked a bunch of times, like he was loitering, like kept coming on the premises, asking people for food, bothering patrons, yada, yada, yada. Still showing up, coming in, and then finally like, dude, like we're calling the cops and we're getting you out of here.
At a certain point, man, enough's enough, dude.
Yeah.
So it was clear that people were giving food. You know what I mean? Because like you said, that one guy was trying to give him food while they were kicking him out. So clearly people were giving food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it was
down the Burger King down the street, do the same gig.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what he said. He said, yo, man, like, come on, we'll go down the street. We'll go to Dunks or whatever was down the street. And I was like, but yeah, having that fishbowl, man, it's frustrating because you're just like, no, that's not the whole story. Yeah. That's not the full truth, Like, stop. Yeah. Because
no, it is.
It's like I was saying, that happened at my job. I won't go into too many details. I say I'm over it, but it was like, yeah, right. Things happen, and someone made a judgment call and it was the completely wrong call. Yeah. But, that is out there. Yeah. And just like, you see charges for certain things. Again, I won't say the word because we'll probably get muted.
Yeah, no, we ain't, no.
But even just the allegation, it's out there and people automatically attach it to you. Yeah. And it doesn't always go away 100%. Yeah. It's like Lysol, 99% clean, but there's still that 1%. And
exactly, man.
Especially in entertainment, that's just enough. Yeah. 1%, just enough.
That one wrong thing, bro.
Yeah.
I actually had somebody a couple years ago ask me, they're like, yo, I was going through your Facebook, like, I know this is nothing like personal on there. And it's like, yeah, you're right.
That's the point. That's
you ain't gonna get the point, me, bro.
Yeah.
If I'm good, listen, if I'm gonna get got, I'm gonna get got by myself. I ain't gonna give somebody a reason to get me, dude. You know what I mean, man?
Right, because when you're out, meaning you specifically, like you're just working, like you're working. Yeah. You're like, I'm not getting into anything. I'm not doing, like I'm working and then I'm out of there. Yeah. There's no
peace out, Cub Scout.
Anything in between, So it's, you don't have to worry about it too much.
Definitely not. But hey man, just be careful and be smart. I always say it, just be smart, man, and be careful because one wrong thing could ruin your whole image.
Seriously, yeah.
Your whole image. And you don't even know that could have spit off on you. And, I could do something and you catch heat for it because they know you rock with me.
Right, exactly.
If Jay hangs out with Krispy and if we seen Krispy, blah, 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 then Jay must blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, exactly. You know I mean? Guilty by association, and then you're screwed.
That's a real thing, bro.
It is. So yeah, every time I maneuver now, I'm like, man, just make sure, like you said, be careful. Watch what you're saying. Watch what you're doing. Watch who you're hanging out with. Keep my circle nice and focused. I don't want to say small, but just focused. No, keeping the right people around.
Small's the word. I like a small circle. I like a small, strong circle. And I feel like that's what I have around me right now.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing.
Same.
The first time in a very long time in my life I've had it.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Dope.
So,
Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do, especially with work now, especially coming back from that trip.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been trying to network with the right people.
yeah.
It's been paying off. I'm not trying to like jinx anything. I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
Hey, no, dude, you know what?
But it works, man.
No, good,
you know?
man. I'm glad you're meeting these people. I'm glad you're opening those doors for yourself.
Dude, it's like,
You know what I mean? That's dope because you're not going to open doors unless you talk to people. You have to network, bro. I don't know how many just straight networking events I've gone to, bro. Forget a showcase, dude, where you can network. Forget that. I'm talking about legit networking. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like, it's to the point I'm getting recruited.
Yeah.
Like, to go out of state to work.
Yeah. No,
You know, like permanently.
Because you're doing the right things, okay? You're moving the right way. The right people are seeing it, and you're now going up to those people. And, hey, confidently asserting yourself and who you are, and they see it for that, and they're like, yo, cool.
Yeah. Because
Yo, take my number. Or
Right.
let's schedule something.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? One conversation could change your life, Jay.
Literally.
One
literally.
conversation can change your life, dude.
Yeah. I'm bummed I didn't get that to do that pod while I was out there, but we were just so, I mean, we got there, then, you know, other people were there, so then we were trying to hang out with, you know, trying to catch up with everybody. I mean, we got people from all over the globe. We had people from Germany there.
Exactly.
I was like, dude, let's hang out. Let's enjoy our time. They were busy, you know, shout out to the BGCA team. But you know, it didn't work out, but you know, we had some just great side conversations. A lot of great things happen with these teens on this planning committee that I'm a part of. Again, thank you, thank you guys, because I know you guys are probably sick of me, but I truly enjoy doing this. But this,
I always see like when you coordinate these things, you're always so like uplifting,
dude. Oh, I love this stuff.
Yeah, I know, dude.
This is my element.
I know
This is my element.
I know it is. It's where you, not that you don't shine in other spots of your life.
Yeah.
It's one of the areas in your life where you do truly shine, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes you shine, dude. And as your homie, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
For sure. Facts.
It really
Facts. Yeah. I love seeing people just be in their element.
Yeah, facts.
And
man.
just
whatever it is, dude.
And just glowing. You're just like, yes, that. What you're doing, keep that, because it's super dope. It was like one thing I told one of the teens. The teens were powerful, dude. They were having such great conversations, very tough, heavy conversations as we were planning this conference and the topics that, you know, was going to go into the conference, teen issues that the kids, you know, wanted to address. And, you know, they're talking about their own personal home life and, you know, dealing with their parents, one good parent, one bad parent, me being a teen, trying to take care of the whole family or, you know, help financially the family. I'm afraid I was afraid to come here because I was afraid of leaving my family, you know, because they need me. And it's like, dude, like
Some kids have it heavy, bro.
and that's what I was trying to tell them, you know, and this was a conversation I had with some of the leaders and stuff, the bosses or whatever. And I was trying to tell the kids, like, listen, like, we all kind of came into an agreement. It's cool to promote, you know, the academic success, the career prep, like that stuff is beautiful, but like a way to even get closer and connecting with these kids is sharing those stories, is talking about those other things and how the Boys and Girls Club has helped you guys get through those things, because in order to get to the academic success and the career that you want to, we have to live every single day.
Right.
So how do we get through that? Well, you know, obviously speaking on the Boys and Girls Club, that's how we get through. This is the impact that you guys are sharing. So this is what you need to bring to this conference. Right. To tell people, like, you need to be in these doors. You need to show up to these programs. Not even doing Keystone, the Keystone Club, which is still a great program, and I recommend any kid 14 to 18 doing it, but at least get in the door of a Boys and Girls Club. Yeah. Because I guarantee you, your life is going to change, especially if it's tough. Yeah. You know, but not saying you have to have a tough life to go to a Boys and Girls Club, but just hearing their stories, I was
Boys and Girls Club, and like if you look at it on paper, I really don't have a tough life, dude. I never went without one.
Same, yeah.
I didn't have to worry about going somewhere because like I wasn't there for my family. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the Boys and Girls Club when I went was cool from what I remember.
Yeah. Even my youth center, some of my favorite summers, I remember from there.
Yeah.
Just the staff, it just being so much fun.
Yeah.
Welcoming.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's those little lessons that you take, and that's what you get from these programs when people do it right.
Correct.
So just hearing them just like really, I told them straight up, I was like, listen guys, like I've been doing this for 4 years. I've never seen so much passion as you guys have put into this year.
It warms my heart, dude. You know what I mean? Because these are kids now telling us, right? It warms my heart, man. It really does, dude, that kids are learning to not speak their mind, but speak for themselves.
Just speak out.
And speak out, and like, you know what I mean? It's refreshing, I guess.
Yeah. And it's all things that are, I guess you would say, like against the direction of where we kind of see society going. They're like almost in our brains of, no, we need to like scale this back. Like they're talking about screen time, they're talking about social media, bullying, depression, anxiety, all that crazy stuff. Gun control, like they're trying to like fix all this stuff. So it gives me hope, that we don't have to go down this rabbit hole of the way that it is, because, we have these great kids that, have a good head on their shoulders and are trying to do something, and I keep telling, like, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Like, raindrops are very small, but they hit hard.
Right.
And it creates that ripple effect. Like you guys can have that.
Yeah.
Like you need to give these kids that come to this conference something that when they leave, like it's something that they can take home.
Facts.
In every single session. What can that has to be the focus. In every single session that you guys put on, what is something that they can walk in there, of their choice, because they choose which sessions they want to go to, but like going in, what can I take out of it? Right. Because if you're not getting something out of it, then there's no point in you coming.
No.
And that's a problem.
Right.
And we're doing something wrong on our end of how we plan.
Correct.
Obviously, the other side is, are you actually paying attention? That's a whole other story. But again, it kind of goes hand in hand. If you're not giving me the attention and giving me the drive to want to sit here and listen and participate, okay, there's the problem. Right. But if you're just like, man, I still don't want to participate, well, then it's a you problem, not a us problem. Right. So just trying to, it was super dope. Like God definitely moved in that room, in those rooms, man, and just seeing them, like just everything that was coming up, I was like, man, this is super dope. Super dope. I got some ideas off the table. I'm super hyped. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to see this. It's in Chicago this year.
Chi-Town, baby.
Chi-Town, man.
What, the Windy City or something like
Windy City, yeah.
Yo, when is it?
In July.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say, we be walking on the kid from the Christmas store, dude. You know what I mean? Never mind if it's in July.
Yeah, it's in July. Yeah, we should be good. They said it should be pretty nice weather out there, because they usually have for the committee there's like a club from the host city that's there, so they're like, oh yeah, it's usually pretty nice. But
there you go.
It was a cool trip, man. Had some cool food. I had ramen for the first time, like
real ramen.
Like real ramen, not your little ramen noodles, but like real ramen. Yeah. It's cool. Went to the Yard House, which I know we have one out here, but Yard House is super dope. It's like a American restaurant. They got, steaks, they got burgers.
Everything. So it's like an Applebee's.
But it's like on steroids, dude.
Oh, all right.
Like hands down, maybe one of my top restaurants.
Really?
Like hands down. There's one in Burlington.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm assuming they're scattered everywhere, especially if I saw one in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But super good food.
That's what's up.
Super good.
I always love going other places and like eating food from there. Not necessarily new food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you get chicken tenders up here. You go down south, you get chicken tenders. It's different, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I told them, and the team that I took, we were kind of on the same agreement. Like, when we go down here, we are not getting food that we can get back up north.
Exactly.
The only thing, like I said, like Yard House, but like everybody wanted to go, and Yard House is hard to pass up because it's very good.
Right.
So that was like the only thing. But like, did ramen, went to like a little ramen spot down there. It was so good.
Those bowls are so big.
So good.
Bro, how am I supposed to eat all this? I took Cam to one on off Elm Street, Manchester. Forget it, dude. But a guy at work told me about it, and dude, they brought me that bowl, and I was
Should do a
like,
video.
"Oh my, Dre, I ate so much, dude, and then I still brought home a container like this big."
Yeah. Dang. That's
But
crazy.
it was like $75, dude. It was expensive.
Oh, so you got like your money's worth
Yeah,
of
bro.
food. I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah.
It's like super quick, but
All right, so it'd be like that. Like the bowls were bigger than that, but full all the way to the brim.
yeah. I got the no. This was mine. I know it's a little blurry because it's a video, but I didn't get the broth. I got the no broth.
Oh, okay, yes, okay.
You could get like broth, no broth. But I was like, it looks like something, I'm reading off the menu. I'm like, this looks like something that I would eat, so let me rock with it. And I was like, I wanted to be like, let me get another bowl because this is fire.
So when we went, bro, like, I don't... Yo, I have chicken noodle soup because that's the only thing I can read on here, bro.
100%, yeah.
Like, so I didn't know afterwards. A lot of the dishes, the place we went to, they were all hot. But you could order any dish and just say don't make it hot. But I didn't know that until after I'd already left. So it was a guy at work told me about it, and then like on like a Friday I went, and then that Monday he was like, "Yo, how was it?" And he was like, "Bro, you could have just asked them not to make it hot." My dog, you did not tell me that.
Yeah, that would have been key information that you could have told me on Friday. Thank you. Appreciate
I
it.
wouldn't have gotten just chicken noodle soup. Don't get me wrong, it was bomb, dude.
Yeah.
But like, really, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, we went to, I forget the name of it. It's like a grass-fed place.
Okay.
So like, the animals for any, I honestly didn't really understand what grass-fed meant. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought it was like you put, it was like the Impossible burgers where it's like, all grains and stuff that's in it type of deal.
Yeah.
But it was literally like, no, like the animals only eat grass. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Place was fire too.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do this. But I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I was like, no, I'm not going somewhere because
Cage-free chickens mean they don't live in an actual cage. Mm-hmm. They may be like in a huge open area.
Yeah,
but they're not in the individual
cooped
cages,
up.
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the last time we were down in Atlanta this past summer for the same conference, just different place. Actually, it was in Atlanta, but like almost every other day, because it was the only place that was close by that we didn't have to really walk around, was Chick-fil-A.
Right.
And we were like, we both looked at each other like, we are not going to Chick-fil-A at all while we are down here. She's like, if I have Chick-fil-A anytime, like it can't be for like the next like 4 years. Yeah. Like I'm cool. I'm like, no, listen. I'm not going anywhere that we can get up north.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, no,
cool.
it's good to try different food when you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, one year I went down to visit my uncle, and I'm not a huge like raw fish guy, sushi guy, whatever you want to call it. I like my food cooked.
Same.
Even my fish.
Same.
You know what
Same.
I mean? But he ended up getting some fresh tuna. Like we went to the Korean store, like we got that slab of tuna off the ice, so bro, and he try it, and I was like, this is good, bro. But again, it's not something I would get up here. Yeah, we can get it up here, but I wouldn't get it up here, bro.
Yeah, not by choice. You gotta literally like kind of put it in my lap.
He was like, I'll make you a little bit, take a couple bites. Because we were doing like a seafood night. We had lobster, we had shrimp, we had scallops, you know what I mean?
All the good stuff.
Try it, bro. He was like, there's plenty of other food if you don't like it.
Yeah.
So I cooked one little piece for like, literally seared it for like 2 seconds on each side. It was like, here you go, dip it in this sauce. And I was like,
yeah, another round, please.
cook the rest of that.
Yeah.
Cook all of it. He's like, like, yo, you got 2 steaks in there, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, cook them both, brother. Because I'm eating them.
Yeah.
It was good, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to place in Lowell, had pad thai.
Okay.
I've had a different version of pad thai, but that was another thing too, Cambodian food.
Yeah.
That normally, unless you literally take me there, like I won't try it.
Yeah. Right.
Like the first time I had it, I was like, I'm looking at the menu. I'm like, I don't really know what I would get from here.
Yeah.
And like, yo, just try the pad thai. I'm like, all right, if you say so,
Right.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, you'll like it. I'm like, and she knows my palate, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's your wife for 10 years.
Yeah, right. So I tried it and I was like, yo, this is dope. And then went to a different spot in almost downtown Lowell, and a little different pad thai, but it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like to the point I was like, yo, I could eat this for days.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, okay, now I got another spot. So now I'm intrigued to want to try like new spots, like new small spots.
I'm like that, bro. Like I'm not gonna go to a Brazilian restaurant myself. If I was hanging with some homies, yo, go. Trust me, Krispy. They got something on there that you can unlock. All right, let's go, guys.
Yeah.
Then I'd go, but I want to go by myself.
Yeah. That's why when they're like, yo, go, let's go. We're thinking about going to a ramen. I'm like, well, I know what ramen is, so it can't be too bad.
No.
And then they're like, let's go to ramen. I was like, all right.
You're like, oh, this is completely different than what I'm used to. This is bomb.
Yeah.
So good.
So good. I just wish they had forks. I had to eat the whole thing with chopsticks. I was failing miserably, but I was like, you know what? I'll figure it out.
That's rough, bro.
I'll figure it out.
I mean, the meat you can just stab.
Yeah.
That's the easy part.
Yeah.
Chopsticks, I can get the job done, bro. But I'm not good with chopsticks.
No, I'm not either.
Have me pick up a dime off the table.
Yeah, none of that.
Even a pea, like an individual pea.
Yeah.
You want me to launch that thing across the restaurant? I'm your guy.
Yeah, without smashing it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yes.
It's getting smashed. Done.
Usually I just twirl it enough times. And then
Yeah, that's what I should have did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I should have did. And I was just like, you know what?
The bowl's like right here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, dude?
Chop it off, before it gets too much, and just bite it off, let it fall in, and then just that was just on repeat the whole time.
Chopsticks at my kryptonite.
Yeah, 100%. I know. I was looking around the table. I was like, "Are there no forks?" She was like, "No, it's just chopsticks." I was like, "Damn it, crap." I was like, "All right, we're here now. I guess we're going in for the full experience."
When the guy at work told me about it, I asked him. I was like, "Yo, are there forks?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, all right. He said, you gotta ask for them. They won't just give them to you. I was like, oh, all right, cool, no problem. I was like, you sure? He's like, dude, I always use a fork when I go there. I go there. I've been there several times. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem, dude. And he was like, well, why? Like, what if I told you no? I was like, I would have brought one from home, bro, and pulled it out of my pocket.
Right.
Okay, bro.
Right. Those little, there's portable forks that you can get, just fold in half. And just
Thank you.
Done. Ready to go. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it was a cool experience. Loved being in Atlanta. Yeah. Super cool.
Was it expensive for the ramen?
Not really.
No.
I think it was worth it.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't know.
There was definitely some expensive ones.
Well, yeah.
And I was like, nah, I'm cool.
I'll splurge, you know what I mean? I have no problem paying $40, $50 for a plate, but it's gotta be worth it in my eyes, man, you know?
Yeah.
The juice has gotta be worth the squeeze, baby.
Yeah, it's like Fogo de Chao.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Did we talk about that? Have you ever been there?
I don't know. I've never been there, but I think you've talked about it before.
Yeah, it's like $80. Like, if you pay like $75, you can get any meat you want.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing it, literally right off the skewer.
Yeah.
So it's like any meat that I want,
How many people is that? Per person?
It's per person. It's per person.
Okay. So.
But it's like filet mignon, bomb chicken.
Yeah, but bro, I'm gonna eat a couple bites of each and then be full. I don't think I'd get my $4.75 worth.
Nah, they give you
meaty wise.
Probably that size.
Yeah, that'd fill me right up, bro.
Nah, dude, you'd be surprised.
Figure, boy.
He's like, I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it down, man. I'm trying to get my girlish figure back. My eating habits suck.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, it's all these damn
you're telling
Uncrustables.
I'm very grateful I was able to get my teeth fixed. So got a couple in the back that need to get done. But the one thing I despise of it, I've been eating so much chocolate lately, and I don't like it. For years, I did not eat chocolate because it hurt my teeth because it was sweet. Now that my teeth are fixed,
yeah,
I'm craving chocolate
chocolate.
You know, I'm gonna save the analogy because it's it's not appropriate.
Self-control, yeah. Self-control is off the rip. Yeah.
It's like a pregnant lady craving a pickle burger. How's that?
Yeah, fair. Right? Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Nah, man, it was such a good trip. I was like, damn. I was trying to absorb everything out of it. I'm like,
which those trips, I can imagine, it's kind of hard to do, just because there's so much going on in 72 hours.
Yeah. There definitely was. Definitely was. That's why I was like, yo, let me get my phone. I usually don't try to live behind my phone, but I was like, let me capture this. This is super cool.
Yeah.
My teen was having a really great time. We were having a good time together. Like, it wasn't one of those like you bring them, but then they're like super awkward. They don't want to take pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, we should take a. She was the one like even initiating it. She was like, we should take a picture right here. I was like, all right, bet. Like, that's what
Right.
so it was cool. It was cool. I was like, and she's growing and just being a leader and getting the ideas, stepping out of her comfort zone. I'm like, this is what I like to see.
Right.
Like, you guys doing this stuff. Like, I need more of you guys to do this kind of stuff, because it's super cool. It's like one of those moments for like any advisor. We talk about it all the time as advisors. Like, you see stuff like that, you're like, okay, now I know why I wake up every single day. And when these kids are telling their stories, I'm like, and I told them, I said, this is why we wake up every single day.
Yeah.
Because you guys have these things that are going on in your lives, and you're choosing to show up to the club, to the youth center.
You put the work in, bro. How am I going to deny
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean?
And because you know that this is a place that you can feel at home.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Nah, it really is, man.
Like I talk about, I was talking about it with one of my coworkers today.
Feel safe, bro.
They should.
Any child in any situation, any building or whatever, dude. So it's dope that some of these kids may think that they're lacking that, or could be actually truly lacking that in life.
It's
know
sad.
what I mean, it's dope that they have a place to go to where they can experience that. It really is, man.
Yeah. I mean, they say for kids, if they have at least one adult influence, they're more likely to be successful in things that they do.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that 1,000%.
So I'm like, yo.
Unfortunately, there's just a lot of young children out there that don't get the opportunity or don't have it, or misfortune they may, you know what I mean, man?
Right.
It's tough, and I feel for them. So, like I said, the fact that they have a place to go to, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Parents, kids, tap into your Boys and Girls Clubs, man. Super dope. Or your youth center, military kids, tap into your youth centers. Super beneficial, man. It's gonna, you won't regret it. That's all I can say. You won't regret it at all. I'm trying to see, what else did I want to talk about today? We got the trip. Yeah, man. People were like crying. I'm telling you, like, people were like sobbing, like staff, like kids, like sobbing. But it was beautiful because, again, like, it was the passion, not to keep going on this trip. It was like the passion to see this coming from the kids. But then like everybody was like being supportive, you know what I mean? Like, people are hugging it out. People are getting tissues, like, just super dope. Like, and again, like I said, seeing this type of passion, like, I haven't seen this like this from this planning committee, you know what I mean? And the kids have brought a lot of passionate ideas in the past. I'm not trying to knock those ideas, but it was just, this year was just different.
Yeah.
And I was like going up to the kid, I'm like, keep that like we were all on our way out, and I was like, keep that passion. I was like, don't lose that passion.
Right.
Keep going, So I'm super excited. July is going to be here before I know it.
Hopefully, I'm sick of this cold. Alrighty, bro. Yo, Crispy's a skinny boy. I don't like the cold.
Yeah. I put in the our group chat. I don't know if it'll happen. I'm not really, I mean, I guess there maybe is like a percentage of me that hopes it happens, but I put in the group chat. I was like,
Obviously, there's a percentage because you said the idea, my guy. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I was like, is anybody like musically inclined in here? More so speaking for the teen side of things, because I was like, I would love to put a theme song together for this year's conference. Because that's what I did the last time.
Great idea.
Because that's what I did the last time. And I was like, yo, let me partner with one of the teens.
Yeah.
I had tried the year before, but it was going to be a solo thing from me.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work out.
Right.
And again, I feel like timing and everything.
Yeah. It's always
Cool.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
And so the following year, I linked up with one of the teens who she had actually gotten second in the talent contest that they had.
Yeah.
And I was like, word. And then she ended up being on the planning committee the next year.
Right.
And I got it the next year. So I was like, yo. I was like, would you be down to make a song? And, I was talking with the coordinator, and she was like, yeah, like I kind of owe you, you know, to perform, just the way things worked out, yada yada yada, and you're here, so like let's do it. You know, just get everything to me ahead of time, so we're a little bit more on time with everything. I was like, I know I made a mistake last time. That's on me. You know, but we're here to fix it, and et cetera, et cetera. So
from it, though.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You came back to the second year, now you even know what to do even more.
Yeah, yeah. So we got to perform it. You know, we performed it, then we released it. You know, like what, 6-7 months later. You know, her brother. It's crazy. Her brother, who used to be a member at her club, is now an advisor and is on the planning committee this year. Ooh. And he was like, "Yo, you're the one that performed with Bella," and I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yo, I did not even picture that." Right. And then the teen that he brought, she was like, "Oh man, like I saw that performance, that was you, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Yo, that's so dope, man."
That's dope, dude.
I was like, "That's cool." So I threw that in the chat. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, do it, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, there is like a minimal hope of like, yo, y'all gonna let me perform again. But again, I don't want to take away from the teens.
I think they will.
Yeah.
If everyone loved it and it was a positive thing to said event, no offense to anybody, but they kind of be stupid not to do it again, bro. Like, I'm not trying to like them or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, yo, realistically, what is it? 3 minutes?
Yeah, literally.
Let me do an impactful thing. Dude, I got people coming up to me now at this conference saying, "Oh, wow, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
Like, obviously it impacted people,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't see why they shouldn't or wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I do have some ideas of like how we could do it. Like, I know my teen, she's musically inclined, but it's instruments. So like I already have like a vision of like her playing the piano, but I'm like, I would love to have, you know, more teens, somebody that maybe, you know, writes, raps, sings, whatever. Yeah. Like, yo, let's put a song together.
Right.
Because I definitely want it to be teen influenced for sure. Definitely. It's a teen conference. I want to be like, hey, look at me, you know,
with the teen, obviously, like last time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I don't want it to be like, hey, look at me. Oh, I'm taking advantage of. I mean, it may seem like that either way with me having a teen, but I'm trying to incorporate, you know, first staff too. Like, there's so many creative staff, you know, that we bring to that there's things that we bring to the table. Like, even one of the guys that's on the committee now, like, he has his own clothing brand, like, he's, you know, he does videography, like photography, you know, stuff like that. So it's like there's so many hidden talents that are, you know, not only in the teens but in the advisors that are helping to run these programs to help influence these teens. So dude, like, let's showcase that.
Why not?
In a, you know, in some sort of form.
Them.
Exactly. It's like, yo, that's an advisor and he makes music, and, you know,
maybe where they are, right? Their teens don't know that, let's say, Mr. Thomas, dude, he's a shredder on the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Now they get back to wherever they are, right? Little Henry goes and tells all his other 3 friends that shred. Next thing you know, hey, do you think we could start a club with guitar? Boom.
What I'm saying.
You literally never know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm going to keep kind of poking. I threw it out there. There was a couple of people that liked it, but I'm like, does that mean like you're musically inclined and you want to do it, or you want to like rock with a song? Because I'm almost like,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I actually have
I think maybe if you come at it with a not business plan, dude, okay, but like, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, this is like, I'm looking for a singer. I'm looking, let's say, a drummer. I have this idea. Blah, blah, blah. Like, pitch the whole idea to them, not just the idea to them. Like, hey, do you think anyone want to do a song? Go into more of a detail, like, sell it like it's a business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
maybe if you show that it's more than just, hey, do you guys want to do this? If they're like, oh, yo, Jay's got a plan. It's just already worked out.
Yeah.
He already has in his head what he wants to do. All we got to do is show up and do this. Oh, okay, cool.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was like, my next step was going to be, because I think I have a production session with Mertz this Sunday. So I was going to kind of put in there like, hey guys, like, I just wanted to like follow back. I know I put in about making a theme song for the theme of the conference. You know, I got a production session with my producer this weekend. You know, I would definitely love to get like a singer or like anybody that plays an instrument. Like, let me know. Like, I can incorporate those into the song if anybody's interested in making it.
Right.
You know what? Even if it was like people that just played instruments, like if I could get like 2, like 3 people that play instruments, that'd be fire.
Right.
because then like even if it is me, like I would just strip any instruments that they be playing and just let them rock out.
Right. Exactly.
You know, and give them time to practice and everything out, and like, dude, let's jam.
Yeah.
You know, and I would like put in like I would keep
Roof off that place, bro.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
like I would keep my verses short type of thing, or even like maybe like one verse, or like split it up in the sense of like, you know, as we're talking, I'm like all these ideas are trying to flood, like
exactly.
like piano intro into like my verse into, you know, a guitar solo or something, you know, that kind of vibe. Like, yo, let's all just rock out, but like get our own spot. Like, let me step, like you get your thing on the piano.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, continue to play. Now my turn. Now somebody else gets their shot on a guitar solo. Like, go.
Right.
Like, super cool. And then let's bring it home.
Right. Fire idea, dude.
Yeah, let's do it. What is this? Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm with it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna try it. You can't. Yeah. You never know until you shoot your shot.
Happen.
Yeah. I'll probably do a song either way, just for the conference, and then just drop it at the conference.
There you go.
And then, you know, whatever. People want to listen to it. They want to listen to it. If they don't, whatever.
If you
It's
can
cool.
perform it, cool.
Yeah. Either way, I'll probably do it. It's
I
fun.
would. You have the idea for a reason, man.
Yeah, for sure.
The only way it's gonna not get done is if you don't do it.
That's true. That's true. What have you been up to? How's the no work, or I should say no bookings been for you? I know we talked about a little bit last week, but
It's going good, man. I have a couple in January. They were like, well, I was like, nah, January, dude. Like, sorry.
yeah,
I'm not doing it, man. The website's down.
word.
I'll publish it. I gotta revamp that thing, man. I gotta rip through it. I'm now finding out that, so for anyone, Gem real quick, okay? Google Sites. You can build a free website on there. But it's very basic on what you can do, as I'm finding out. Okay? Keep that in mind. I mean, I'll rebuild it for the time being, probably. And maybe next year, whatever, I'll open the Squarespace.
Squarespace, yeah.
And doing like a fancy one, the official one. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's been boring.
But you need that though.
Yes,
I think
I'm doing a lot of business stuff, and it's just boring, as everyone knows, man. You know what I mean? I'm just, like I said, I took the website down. I've been coming up with merch ideas, trying to figure out how I'm gonna go that route. Now with Murph not really doing merch anymore, I gotta figure something out. So yeah, it's just a lot of planning into what's coming up next year, and I'm used to just going home and editing something every day.
right.
So like to go home and to be able to breathe and relax
Yeah.
and still get stuff done. It's kind of nice. I like it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, it's only 7:30, bro.
You're like, what am I gonna do?
But then the other times I'm like, yo, it's 9:30, dude. Like I have an hour and a half more worth of work to do. You know what I mean? But so I don't know. It's just my time management's always horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm relaxing. I am mentally and physically preparing myself for next year because I'm manifesting it, dude. Next year's gonna be off the chain.
Yeah.
This year was wild. Next year's gonna be insane.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's like my focus. That's what we were talking about earlier with this.
It's just I'm just locked in, man. I am, bro. Locked in, dude. Just focused. Like, what can I do to get better? Literally, that's the only thing I care about or think about right now.
Yeah, 100%.
What can I do to get better? What can I do to make the company look better? What can I do to help build more with the pod? What can I do to help this person with that? You know what I mean? So it's good to just be able to just goose fob out it, bro. Not have the voices as loud 24/7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause you know how it is when it's gung ho, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I can only imagine what it takes to prepare, let's say, for 2 shows in 1 weekend. You know what I mean? Versus me editing and looking through X amount of thousands of, like, it's,
Right.
Either way you look at it, it's stressful. So just to have that time, man, I'm grateful for it. I really am. I'm definitely getting a lot done on the back end. It's boring as crap building the website for what I have and what it's coming along nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I definitely want to change it up. So that's pretty much it, man. I've just been chilling, vibing, trying to live life and get through this time, man. I said the last part, I don't like this time of year, man. It's too dark too early. I can never work enough hours because Christmas is coming. Bills are like that. It's just
nonstop,
dude.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason why I took it out. Because, like, yo, the month of December, I feel like for me is always a stressful month to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, ripping my hair out, freaking out, stressed out. But I can definitely feel myself tense. More tense than I was, let's say, in November.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I know it's just because of, okay, like I just mentioned, Christmas. You know what I mean, dude?
Yeah, I think it was one of the kids when I was out there in Atlanta. They were like, they said something like, "There's only 15 days until Christmas." I was like, "Wait, yo, what?"
Just stop talking right
like,
now.
dude, that's so, like, to me, that's so quick. It's right around the corner.
Bro, it seemed like yesterday
and
was October.
I have zero shopping done. Zero.
Dude, neither do I.
Zero.
And the worst part about it is I gotta do like half this week, half next week.
Yeah, I know. My mom.
Luckily, it's only Cam I gotta buy for us. You know what I mean?
Fair.
And if it comes like 2 days late, he ain't gonna care, dude.
Right.
So I'm not too worried about it, but still, the stress of no.
Right. Yeah, my mom was like, "Do you want me to, like," because we were talking just the other day. My wife was saying the stuff that she wants, needs again, not even, needs. I was getting confused. Needs, and so she's sharing them out, and mom was like, "Do you want me to, like, go get them?"
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I kind of want to just be like, "Yeah, can you just go get it?" Because you know.
Yep. I've done that before too. Last Friday.
Dude, I have
what stores
no time. Zero time.
What stores you going to, Mom? Why, Christopher? Because I might have you pick something up for somebody.
Right. I have zero time. You know what? I've been lucky too. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll go on base because there's like an exchange. It's like I don't want to say a Walmart, but we'll just call it a small Walmart,
yeah, exactly.
Or like a Marshall's type of thing. You know, it's got a little bit of everything. I've been able to kind of get through some shopping in the past.
Right.
Grab a couple of things.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, at least, you know, I can do this like on my lunch break. Yeah. Just hammer it home and be cool.
Bro. I can just sit down on lunch, bro, and order it. You know what I mean? Order what I need to order.
Amazon, yeah.
Like, it comes to Amazon. Bro, it already comes in boxes. All I gotta do is wrap the box.
Right.
Okay, the kid opens it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just be careful, buddy, all right?
Don't cut yourself. Be cool.
Yeah, no, dude, I go get a tree this weekend.
You getting a real one?
Yeah, always.
Always?
Not always. So, it was about... I think this will be our third tree.
Okay.
I used to have a fake one. It was one of the old school ones where you literally put in each branch of every level. Whatever. I was very grateful. It was given to me for free when I was moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, that served its purpose. It's now done. But one year I was like, yo, Cam, like, do you want a real tree, bro? And he's like, yeah, Dad. I was like, all right, cool. Bet, no problem. So it's been, this will be our third year. And so I don't go to a tree place. I don't pay $75, $100 for trees.
There for somebody to throw it up on your thing.
Hot dogs. I either go to Walmart or I go to Home Depot. They have little, I call them Charlie Brown Christmas trees because they're like wicked skinny and they're like $3-$4.
Yeah.
For like $30-$40.
Right.
Cam loses his mind over it. Dad, look how horrible this one is. Can we get it? Yes, we can.
Got it, buddy.
That's the one you want, bro.
You got it.
Dad, I want a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Like, he wants the ugliest tree. All right, let's get it, kid.
I mean, why not for something you're gonna get rid of anyways?
Well, like, he's like me. He's like, Christmas, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, dude? Like,
I know. I wore my Grinch socks today, and I was like, I don't know if I'm really supporting the holiday or if I'm protesting it because The Grinch is one of my favorite movies.
No, dude. Yes.
And I know we're gonna talk about that next week, so I don't want to get too far into it. But
definitely not.
But like, I'm like, yo, I am like the Grinch because I can't stand.
My mom's house says Grinch on it.
Yeah.
And it's given to me every year.
Yeah, I can't stand the what's the word? I just thought of this word. Not like made it up, but what is it? It has to do with like just like the buying and shopping and whatever when it comes to this holiday season. Like that's the part I hate. Yeah. Because like it reminds me of the scene in The Grinch with Jim Carrey where he gets his award, and then they're all passing around the presents, and he gives him the shave, and he's like, all you guys care about is gifts. He's like, where do they all end up? In my trash, in my garbage. I can, hang myself with all the neckties that you guys, and it's like the commercialized way.
It's a commercialized holiday, dude.
And I was like, yeah, that's the part I don't like. I'm like, I may be the Grinch because I don't like that part.
Hey, bro, don't even get me going on traffic.
And he actually is the hero of the story because at the end of the day, they were like,
It really is.
no, you're right.
Yeah.
All these presents are trash.
Yeah.
Like, we need to just appreciate each other.
Yeah, dude. That's what the holidays are.
So you know what? I am the Grinch. I will own that.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, he was the hero of the story. So you know what? Screw you guys.
We can be Grinch buddies.
The worst,
That was the worst, bro. Dude, you have to.
Why is our podcast bad at clapping?
I don't know, dude.
Or like anything to do with connecting hands together? We are the worst. For people that are musically inclined, people that are
air high five.
Yeah, we should have.
Think of it, bro.
We should have. What time are we in? We got an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, let's remember that. Hour and 5 minutes.
Write it down on that big old tablet.
I know, right? Hour and 5 minutes. Worst clap.
I remember what I ate for breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Literally, guys, you were watching this first 1 minute, 1 hour, 5 minutes. Literally, I'm writing.
I feel like it's been 10 minutes, bro.
Worst high five in podcast history.
Yes, in right mind history.
Literally, I'm not even kidding. I'm writing every single word. Like
I believe you.
Oh yeah, you're like, I can't see that.
No, I can see it. Plus, I've seen it in the notes too.
Oh, true. I don't know if you have these notes.
No.
Maybe you do. Maybe you
I
don't.
know.
But yeah, it is in there. Yikes. Jeez. Fair.
That was awesome. That was classic, dude.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we should just ban clapping.
Yeah, anything to do with putting our hands
We
together.
should get a no clapping sign and just like put it right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that should
Why
be.
have no clapping sign? Because we're horrible at it.
That should be a merch.
That's why.
That should be a merch idea. No clapping on the pod.
Or you can have like two hands like this, but it's like in the circle.
Yeah.
It's going through it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're tabling that for 2025.
Yeah, dude.
That's gonna be a new merch launch.
Definitely,
Dude,
bro.
why is
I
my
love it.
phone blowing up? Leave me alone.
I know, right?
Well, it's more. It's going off on my watch, so then it's like,
Oh, yeah.
hey,
It's connected, so it's probably all going off.
It's going off this, and I see it out of the corner of my eye, and then my thing. I'm like, oh, go away, dude. So I just put on do not disturb. Leave me alone.
Exactly, dude. I forgot to put mine on do not disturb.
Nah, it's fine.
It has been going off. It's been vibrating all off. I tell you all the time, bro. I said it last part. Same thing, dude.
That's true. Once it goes off, yeah, it's always when we're potting.
The worst is when I'm
Everybody
going
hits
to
you
bed. I really need to set it up at night, so the only thing
Yeah, I have like a sleep thing.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like a separate mode from those
Like
other.
an emergency in the middle of the night, and mom needs to get a hold of me.
But you can set it up where that number pops through.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's worth it. I'm telling you.
I just need to take the time to do it. As much as I say, I've been chilling, relaxing, I still don't have time. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, right. Same. I still haven't set up that focus for the podcast, so here we are.
It's just always something, man.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean,
That's what I've been
but
saying.
now it's just a couple less things that I got to worry about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm able to free up, and like tomorrow, when I'm not going to work on the website tomorrow. I'm going to work on let's sit down. Let's go through all my receipts, bro, and just gas, food. Like it's something I got to do. I didn't get QuickBooks this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fact that I'll just save the money. Now I got to do all the grunt work before I go see my CPA, dude, in a couple weeks.
Yeah, for tax. Oh yeah,
know
tax
what I mean?
season's coming up too.
So then I gotta get ready to file, refile. I gotta do my BIO and all. It's just a lot of business stuff, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not about the bookings. I'm able to focus on those. It's nice, dude. But yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. Is each day. You know what I mean? You know how you were talking about earlier about the hour thing? I've been doing a task a day.
Yeah.
Work on this for a day. Okay, cool. Stop. Work on this for a day. All right, stop. Wherever it's at when I stop, I don't go back
Yeah.
the next day to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get back in a couple of days to it, man.
Yeah. I feel like we were talking about this too, probably about the same time last year, even too, because it was either last year or the year before. You were talking about how bookings were coming slow. And you're like, crap, like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's that time of year. Like, what do I do? It's a winter. You know, January's coming up.
That was last year. That was my first year really going through a rut, dude.
Yeah.
But now I know how to handle it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, we were like, it's the same thing. It's like, plan.
Right.
Like, just plan so that you can exexecute.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, you know.
That's it, man.
That's fine.
I was able to go through it last year. I was stressed.
I remember that.
Hardcore, dude.
Remember
like,
that.
Yo, like, not gonna lie, dude, it's stressing so hard to the point, like, that thought came in my mind. Like, yo, maybe that was it. Maybe that was it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
then I was getting ready to throw in a towel, dude. And then, like, and I was like, all right, okay, here we go. No, it was just me. That's a slow season. But now that I know that that's gonna be, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I know December's hella slow. All right, cool. That's when I'm getting all my business stuff done. You know what I mean, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, because I was initially going to drop a single too. And then just with timing and everything, all of a sudden I was like, yo, there's 2 weeks until the date that I was planning on dropping this. And I probably could have been a little bit more prepared in releasing. But, I mean, I've talked to a few people. They're saying December is a dead month when it comes to music. Because, like, we talked about this last week.
Dead month for anything, dude. Because people don't care what you're doing this month.
It's central
I don't
focused.
care if you're dropping an album. I don't care if you're dropping a song.
Yeah.
If it pops up, cool, I'll listen to it. But, like, yo, and I'm not trying to be rude about it or anything, but, like, yo, again, that circles back to the very first point of this whole podcast. Like, bro, everyone's overwhelmed right now. They really, they're not going to take an extra 2 seconds to go check out. You know?
Right. Let me share it. Let me do this. Let me do
Exactly, dude.
Probably not.
No.
So, yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's just get prepared. Let's be ready. We'll drop it.
Yeah.
Everything will get pushed back a little bit. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to stress about it.
Gives you more time.
Yeah.
Gives you more time to sit with it, bro. Gives you more time. Okay, cool. So you're dropping a song. You're going to have to do promo reels for it. Now it gives you a couple extra weeks to do that. You know what I mean,
Exactly.
bro? Like,
Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? It's not necessarily a bad thing.
right. No, it's definitely not.
I'm cool. So let's move forward.
It's not like you're on a label, bro. They're like, you have to drop it on the 15th, dude, or you're cut. Dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I'm not stressing about it.
No, definitely not, dude.
I'm just trying to keep my focus, you know, because with everything that happened last week, with like even before going, this is like we were just saying, like you can't even remember what we've talked about, what we've not talked about, but like just the whole process of even going last week was stressful enough.
Oh, I can imagine.
And it was like not only like work related, but it was definitely like spiritual related too. You know, and kind of the things that we were talking about off air and on Instagram, both work related and it was definitely, I think having conversations with people was definitely a spiritual thing too. But yeah, the Air Force changed their regulations when it came to travel, as far as who can go and kind of the policies that you're supposed to follow. Yeah. So initially, like I went with a girl. Yeah. I went with a girl female. And normally that would be fine as long as you were in what they call a rule of 3, making sure that there's at least somebody else there around you to, you know, obviously protect yourself.
Yeah, obviously.
Protect yourself. Even if it was a boy, protect yourself. Yeah. Or, you know, vice versa, girl, whatever. You know, you guys get what I'm saying. Anywho, like 3 weeks ago, they finally updated our, we'll call it instructions on just every single down to the T across
what you can and can't do.
Literally what we can and can't do. And in there they said anything that you do overnight, which is what we were doing, or anything, you know, if we do it even in the center, if there's a female present, there has to be a female staff member. Right. If there's a male present, there has to be a male staff member. It was me and her. Oh. So I was like, what do I do? Right. Because now I have to bring somebody. Yeah. Like, what do we do? Yeah. And it has to be somebody that works like within the job. Right, exactly. It can't just be a volunteer. Like we were looking for volunteers, like anybody. And they were like, the girl was like, do you want to, is there a virtual option to do this trip? Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, well, no, there's not. They're not going to go for that. Right. Exactly. 2, no, I don't want to do that. Right. You know, we need to be there. Right. I don't want to sit at home. I don't want to lose our spot. Right. Exactly. because one of the other clubs, there was another Air Force base that was a part of it.
Yeah.
Like they almost they almost were thinking about pulling out.
Right, because it's probably the same thing.
Same situation. And they were just like, what do we do? I was like, dude, that's so unfair. You know, we were both agreeing, you know, it's unfair. Like these kids work hard for this stuff to get not only to a certain level in their Keystone Club, but then to apply. Yeah. And then to get accepted, like that's a lot, you know, there's a lot of work that goes behind it. And then to get accepted, it's like, you know, it would suck. Right. You know, so we were like trying to figure stuff out. Unfortunately, thank God, and I'll keep thanking her for it. They were able to find somebody within the program.
Oh, there you go.
To kind of just come along and tag along.
I kind of just hang out, basically.
Literally, like she just had to be there, and then like the days that we were off in our meetings, like she was just chilling at the hotel, like just working, like she was doing her work. Right. So you know, it was kind of win-win because she got to do some stuff, catch up on some work without having to put out other fires. You know, so I was like, it kind of worked out for everybody. You know, and I kept telling her. I literally kept telling her, I'm like, thank you, no, for real. Thank you for coming. I know sitting in the hotel probably wasn't your most favorite thing, but I'm hoping that you at least got some work done. And
just had a free trip, free what?
Yeah, they pay for everything.
Free
so
trip, free flight, free hotel. And y'all gonna give me food?
Right.
Yo,
sign me up.
He's there, bro.
Sign me up.
You had me at food.
Right.
You know what I mean? No, sorry, you had me at free.
Yeah, exactly. Not even the food. Free trip. Atlanta? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, it was I mean, I know for me, there was a lot of things I was dealing with. I mean, still am, but it's kind of one of those things. I'm trying to be, it was, again, like we were talking about on Instagram and stuff, like I'm trying to be better. There's things that I'm still struggling with. And within that week span, I was struggling with them very hard. Yeah. And, you know, definitely, bro. I firmly believe that these things were happening because of that. Yeah. But what a lot of people would think is like, oh, you were doing that, so God is punishing you, and this is what's happening. I mean, very well could be. And I disagree. Here's why. I'm
trying to teach you a lesson.
Here's
the difference, I think.
Here's my explanation for it. One, God doesn't do anything to cause harm. Everything that God does is for good. Correct. Right? Here's our foundation. Here's our common ground. I believe, and I'm a very firm believer in this. So I separated myself from God in the things that I was doing. Yes. So he wasn't able to intercede into the situation. Okay. But once I finally was like, you know what? My bad. I surrender. You take control. Yeah. Everything started flipping around. Right. And it worked. Yeah. So it's not that he was punishing me. I separated myself. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people like miss. It's like, oh, God punishes us, and you know, for that. It's like, no, there's going to be a time for that, and it's not necessarily punishment. Even in that same instance, it's us. We caused the separation.
You chose to leave.
Exactly.
That was a you choice.
Exactly. And they're like, oh, God is punishing. No, you look at the choices you. But anyways, yeah, it was just like one of those. I was like, man. I kid you not, like I felt like everything was falling apart. They're like, we can't find anybody. What about a virtual option? We're still looking. We're waiting on talking to higher headquarters. I'm like, dude, we booked her flight on Tuesday. We left Thursday.
Yeah, yo, 5:30 in the morning. So it really wasn't even
yeah. Thursday yet, bro. Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah. And we had to make sure she got on the same flight. Oh, yeah. Make sure she got on the same hotel. Oh, yeah. Same flight there, same flight back. I'm like, if none of those aligned, we weren't going. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay, she gets to go. By the grace of God, though. Amen to that. Yo, amen, absolutely. So I was just like, but I was just like, man, it put into perspective a lot of things. Again, I'm still working on it, but it really takes taking a step back, surrendering, and just saying, like, listen, like we talk about all the time, like literally, like, Jesus, take the wheel, man. Yeah. Like I can't do this, you know, because when I try to do it, I suck. Yeah. So I need help.
Yeah, no,
Man.
dude, it's
But half the time it's our choices. It's not even.
it's always your choice.
It's not the enemy. It's not God. It's literally us just being stupid and being like, oh, that looks cool. I know I probably shouldn't do it. Let me just dip my hand in the fire. I know I'm going to get burned, but for some reason, I just want to go touch it.
Yeah.
And then you burn yourself, and then you're like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. Oh, that's the worst decision ever. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, but like, what if I like just put my hand over it?
Yeah.
Like, what'll happen?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're like, oh, but let me get closer.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. It's the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
Because we get so comfortable.
Yeah. That's what it is. Comfortability, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's been so. When I was younger, my mama used to bring me to church. Okay. And for a very fucking long time, I didn't have a relationship with God, but that was my choice, dude. That was 1,000% my choice. Again, like we just talked about, you were saying, you know what I mean? Like, but it wasn't until recently, you know what I mean, where I've found that faith again.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously weak and fragile now because it's been so long since I put the work in. But like yeah, I get what you're saying, 1,000%.
But you're making the steps, like we talked about.
I am making the steps, but I also know I am still doing stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So like, it's a struggle.
But that's why I said, you know, even someone like me, not that I'm like a know-it-all or been in this forever, whatever people want to label it, whatever. Like, even in the time that I've been, the things that I know, the knowledge that I have, or wisdom, whatever you want to call it, like, I'm still screwing up.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we're comparing, you know, apples to apples, like, obviously, like, we know, again, this is not an insult. Like, there's definitely things that I know more of than you, just off of experience. That's all it is. Again.
Let me ask you a question, though. Do you honestly think that he expects us not to screw up? I mean, isn't that why he died for our sins? Because he knew we were going to screw up?
Yeah. That's why we had Jesus was always the plan.
You know what I mean?
Jesus was always the plan. It was just, because I've asked this question too. Adam and Eve screwed everything up.
Yes.
And what a lot of people might not know
Who did bite the apple first?
No, it was Adam's fault.
Oh, really?
It was Adam's fault. Because, you know, I'm going to tell you, if you read scripture, right, when Eve bites the apple, they both bite the apple, etc., who does he call first? Adam, where are you?
Okay.
Man was first.
Right.
He was responsible for her.
Okay. So he allowed her. So therefore,
She was having a conversation.
Oh, okay.
He could have seen it. He was responsible for her.
All right.
So Eve gets a lot of crap.
Right.
I mean, she did bite the apple first.
Yeah.
But he knew better.
Right.
And he was responsible for her. But so back to my question, but little insight, little tidbits here and there. So she does that, and I had the question. I was like, so why didn't God just, you know, introduce Jesus, or even before that? Like, why didn't Jesus just show up? Everybody's all hunky dory. Yeah. Everybody understands the plan. Yeah. Cool. It's like, no, it wouldn't have been the same. It wasn't the timing. All these other, you know, everything within the Bible had to happen first before Jesus ever showed up. Okay. But he was always the plan. Right. Because he was there. Right. He was there when God created the world. Correct. Through everything else, on top of seeing a bunch of different people in scripture all through time. Like, he makes appearances, not in the form of Jesus, obviously, but not to dive too deep into that, because it's a lot of explaining for right now. And then he had to show up. But again, to answer your question, yeah, God knows we're going to screw up. That's why Jesus was here. He just wants us. He just hopes that we don't.
Or at least try not to.
He wants to. Like we were just talking about this in Bible study. Like, God's will, God's hope is that everybody makes it into heaven. Right. But he knows not everybody's going to make it into heaven.
Correct.
But it's our choices. That's why he gives us free will. Because if he forces us to love him, that's not love.
No, it's not. It's not love at all.
It's just like a relationship.
Right, facts.
If I make my wife forcefully love me, right, it's not love.
No.
our choice.
No.
He wants people to choose that.
Yeah.
It's just us that chooses yes or no.
Right.
And therein lies the finale for you, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, again, even scripturally, and it's not to say like, oh, there's nothing that I can do to gain salvation and make it into heaven, you know, because it's like we can't do anything that will gain us. It's by His grace and mercy that gets us in there. It's not by works, it's not by faith, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you got to do both.
Obviously, dude, but like, I get what you're saying though, because like, Cam may do some stupid stuff sometimes, but at the end of the day, I still love the guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It's like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And that was another thing that I actually just saw on TikTok. And I think I put it in my 2 cents of faith. Oh, you know, God loves me, so, you know, I'll get in. And it's like, yes, He loves you, but just like a parent,
Right.
if your kid does something wrong, yes, I still love you, but like there's going to be consequences.
Facts, bro.
It's like it's just funny because like we accept something like that,
Yeah.
but then it's like, oh, it's God, it's a higher figure. It's like, no, it's like He treats us the same exact way.
Yeah.
And again, like the golden rule, treat how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
If I treat you like dirt,
Yeah.
you're gonna get dirt in the end at the end of it.
Yeah.
But He knows we're imperfect. I mean, that's why He gives us so many tools. He gives us Jesus. He gives us the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know, He provides opportunities for us to accept Him. You know,
Correct.
I mean, look at this. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just us having this conversation. Obviously, you diving into Pastor's podcast.
Yeah.
Like, those are moments.
Right.
You know, and people are like, and when you like finally look back, you're like, oh, you know, that actually makes sense. You know.
Dude, last year taught me a lot, bro. And I saw it from my own eyes. There's no way I can deny it anymore.
Right.
Like, literally, Jay, that's what it came down to. Was Robbie still being here? Cam's mom still being here?
Amen to that.
You know what I mean, bro?
How's she doing, by the way? Not to go side tangent.
Bro.
Amen. Let's
That's
go.
No,
That's
lungs
dope.
Be all messed up and jacked up and shit. You know what I mean? Sorry for the language, but
No, you're good.
At the end of the day, man, she's alive to see her child grow.
Amen.
Both her boys,
That's dope, dude.
It's,
That's a testimony, man. Power of prayer, power of faith, power of...
well, listen, like, a lot of people could say a lot. Well, you know, she did chemo and radiation and that, blah, blah. Yo, I hear you. I was you. Up until I went through this situation. Okay? I'm not saying that praying to God for her life saved her life. What I'm saying is I prayed to God every fucking day that He would save her life, and she's still fucking here, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, amen.
So, like, bro, there's no doubt in my mind, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, the one time I got the flu shot, I'm not saying the flu shot gave me the flu. I'm saying I got my flu shot, and then I was hospitalized for a week because I had the flu. You heard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the point, proof, evidence, results.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
I get what you're
single
saying.
day that she would live, and that Cain would be able to see his mother as he grew up, and she's still here to this day.
That's dope,
So there's
man.
literally no doubt in my mind that God is real, and the whole Bible, like everything, front to back, cover, up, down, sideways, like it's all legit. There is no doubt in my mind now.
That's...
Now it's trying to switch my human mind and body over into a spiritual realm.
It's true. That it's tough.
That is
Possible? Yes.
that. Yes,
But it's...
definitely it is possible. But I also see this is why I struggle because, and that's why I ask, like, if He expects us to be perfect, because I take medicine, as you know. Okay, I don't ever see myself stopping.
Ashley said the same thing.
I know I'm not supposed to.
Ashley said the same thing.
You know what I mean? But again, that's now. I'm not
Right.
where you know. What I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Yeah. No, I got you.
But it is like things like that, bro. Like, okay, let's say I didn't,
Yeah. Partake.
but I did everything else. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
So I like that scares me. Put all that work in and still fail. No one wants to do that, bro. And I think that's what a lot of people. That's what pushes them away from God is the fear of it. Yo, I can't do this. I have to be perfect, or I'm not getting into heaven. No, bro.
You don't have to be
You don't
perfect.
have to be perfect. We just told you. You know?
The only one that was perfect was Jesus.
But it's training your human mind to think the opposite way.
Yeah, it is. It really
You know
is.
what I mean, bro? Because this is not who I am. This is just my human body. This is
Just
just
kinda-
who
Yeah.
I'm put into. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We are in the world, but not of the world.
Correct. Facts.
Yeah, because literally, and it says, like, obviously, like, Jesus was the only one that's perfect. He was without sin. But it also says, and this is what is kind of like, again, God knows that we're not going to be perfect. That's why, every night we pray, we ask for forgiveness, even for the things that we don't know that we do, which would be, things out of ignorance, which, again, it just means, like, hey, you're essentially admitting, I know I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
There's probably something that I've done. I may not have recognized it, but I know that I'm not perfect. So I'm just asking for forgiveness.
Correct.
But Jesus was also tempted with everything that man was tempted with. So it's like, it's that example. And obviously you'll get that argument. Well, he was God and he was part God and
That's not
yada,
the
yada.
point, bro. The point is, if one can do it, all can do it. That's literally, like, even I know that.
But that's why he gave us Jesus. So that's
Dude, it's no different than, Logic became a rapper, I can become a rapper.
yeah.
Jesus didn't sin, bet. Hold my beer, bro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, pun intended. You know what I mean?
Right,
Hold my
right.
beer, I'm done. Thank you. All right, let's see this. You know what I mean? Type
Yeah.
stuff, dude.
But it is a process. I mean, even for Ashley, like I said, she was in the same position, because she was doing it for anxiety.
Yeah.
It was something, she was like, I don't ever see myself. And then it just came to a point. She was like, no, like I really am done. And she's like, I don't have the cravings. I don't have none of that stuff no more.
Yeah.
And again, it's a
The
process.
cigarettes and the booze, that'll really get rid of no problem. I just don't think, like, I just don't see it right now. Then again, maybe I'm not meant to see myself like that. You know what I mean? But, like, a lot of the reason why I medicate is pain.
Right.
Arthritis, bro. You know what I mean? So, like, that worries me, but I know that's whatever.
So then it's, it's taking the steps. It's kind of like what I said about my allergies, which I think, again, if he can do it for one, he can do it for another.
Correct.
In the sense of, listen, I am going to stray away from medication,
Yeah.
but I know that I have arthritis and everything else that goes along with it. So I need healing.
Right.
I mean, look at Robbie.
Proofs in the pudding.
Look at Robbie.
No, I can't.
But no.
So, like, that's how plain as day as it was, though. It's like, you literally say it. It's like, bro, like,
But that's the same thing that I'm dealing
I
with.
argue that point. I literally can't argue that point. I literally can't anymore. So, like, that's how I definitely know. Like, bro, there is no doubt. There is no doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? A lot of people may give me shit for speaking on this, dude. I really don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know me. I don't care if you like me or not. I really don't.
Yeah.
I could care less. I am who I am. Who I'm not, I'll never be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think it's just, I
Excuse
can't
me.
argue with something that's plain as day.
Yeah.
What I personally experienced.
But again, like, yeah. And again, it's like the same thing for me. Like I was telling you, and this is like with last week. Like this is something that I've known since I was like 15.
Yeah.
That like, dude, don't.
Right.
And I'm still dealing with it. So it's and again, it's like kind of one of those things is these millions questions that run through my head of,
Would that be the one thing where he's like, meh? No.
right. Or is it like, or is it one of those things like, and I know that I shouldn't, I know that it's wrong, I know that I shouldn't, but also the thoughts come in, is this who I'm just supposed to be?
Right.
And it's like, no, it's not.
Right.
You're just choosing to do it anyways.
Right, exactly.
And then you have your moments and you're like, oh no, I don't want to touch the fire again. And then, 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, that's pretty fire. And you're like, dude, no, like and again, it goes down to that comfortability. It goes down to being lazy, in the walk part of it, but again, it's like you said, it's like, again, I have those same thoughts. It's like, am I ever going to get rid of this? Am I ever going to stop? Are these, is my mind ever going to change? And I have to look and be like, Jay.
And if not, is that the one thing?
Right.
Where he's like, yo,
You get to the
I let
finish.
all the other shit go, but you had to do this.
He's like, you had the opportunity.
Right.
You knew that it was wrong.
Yeah.
And you continue to do it anyways. And that's why, that's what kills me every single time. And I'm just like, dude, like, come on, man. Like, you know, and you've had times, and that's part of it too, is not counting the days or looking at the past. It's like you've had times where you've gone good span and been cool.
No, yeah.
But then you go and you're like, and then you're just like, oh man, like day one. It's like, no, you can't think of it like day one. Like literally just take it. Pastor E says it all the time. Like, dude, you got to take it day by day.
Yeah.
Yesterday is gone. Can't do anything about it. What is the deal for today?
Yeah. I forget
Focus on that.
who it was, what interview it was, yada, yada, yada. But two people were talking, and the guy was talking like how his father had recently gotten sober, this, that, the other thing. And he's like, I asked my dad, how long you plan on staying sober this time? And he was like, for today. And he's like, well, what do you mean, just for today? And he's like, no, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and the plan tomorrow is to be sober for tomorrow. He goes, but I can't promise you that I'm never going to pick up another drink again. He goes, what I can do is I can promise you that every day I'll wake up and try to make it one more day.
That's really what it is.
Damn, bro, that's deep.
That's really what it is.
Deep as shit, bro.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
And I was like, months later, I completely forgot about it. I was having a conversation with Matt. And I was like, yo, I definitely want to do work on my drinking, cut back, eventually stop drinking, you know what I mean? And even I said, I was like, yo, I can't guarantee you I'll stop drinking altogether forever. What I can tell is I'll try to do it for at least one day. And then once that one day's over, I'll try to do it for one more day. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think there's too, like, you know, with certain things, it's like, what is a trigger, and I don't want to say like is or is not a sin for one is not for another, but in the sense of like, if you have somebody that is like a recovering alcoholic, for them to have one drink will send them off tilt. But if you have somebody that's not and they have one drink, that may be fine. Again, I'm not here to debate, you know, if drinking or drinking is not fine. Again, it's one of those conversations you just kind of have to sit and have with yourself, with God, you know, and stuff like that. Like for me, again, I think I've said this on the pod, but like for me, I heard be of sober mind, and that was it for me. Exactly. You know what I mean? But I also, it took a lot of reflection and being like again, for me and knowing myself, again, for me, if I have one, if I have one, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm fine. I can have two. Oh, all right. Now I'm in two. Oh, I can have three.
That's how I am, bro.
All of a sudden,
I'm fine if I don't drink.
Yeah.
If I go home and don't have a beer, I'm good, bro. I go home and have one beer. Not there goes the whole night. Not anymore.
It's gonna lead to more.
I've gotten to the point where, okay, cool, bro. I'll literally only buy 2 beers. I'll drink those 2 beers and I'll drink water the rest of the night. Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Self-control.
Yeah. Like today when I came home, I didn't have a beer before I came here. I'm gonna pick 2 up on the way home when I get home at the gas station down the street from my house. You know what I mean? I've had my water, been drinking water all day.
Right.
I have a couple beers before I go to bed. Cool.
Right.
Boom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Self-control. That's where I was like, all right, cool. Like that's what I need to gain. If I want to quit drinking, I need to gain self-control with it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean, bro?
And again, that's a conversation. I mean, it's not an answer that I can give you. It's not.
No, I prayed.
Have that
give me strength, man. And you know what? There's days where I'll slam back 12, 13 of them.
Right. Yeah.
But the next day I wake up, I'm like, damn, like, sorry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again.
Right.
I don't beat myself up over it.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, guilt and all that stuff. That's the enemy. I mean? That's.
I just pray, like, God, please give me the strength to only drink 2 today, or you know what I mean?
Take the baby steps. Get me to a certain point. It was like this kid I saw at a show. I know we're getting closer to time, but there's a kid I saw at a show. I was wearing a Yeshua sweater, which is, I mean, it means Jesus, salvation, etc. And I think you might have been at the show. It was at the Long Blue Cat. Okay. We were doing it upstairs. Kyle Goldstein was there, I believe. It was that show. There. And
a long time ago, though.
Yeah, super long time ago. And there was a guy there, and he was like, "Yo, Yeshua, yo," and I was like, for me, you know, this was like still in my early stages, and I was like, "Yo," I'm like, "Oh, I'm surprised anybody knows what this shirt means," you know, like as if I'm part of some exclusive club. Right. And you know, we started talking. And he's like, "Yeah, man, like, you know, I used to do some other stuff. Now I'm off of that, and you know, now I still medicate." He's like, "But I know at some point, I'm not going to do this anymore too. But he's like, for me, it's again, to go back to the point, like it's steps. He's like, I know I'm going to get to that point.
Exactly.
You know, he's like, I just know God's going to guide me to that point.
Right.
So just have those conversations and be like, listen, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Where do you want me to fall? Like same thing with like tattoos. Like I'm not getting any more tattoos.
Really?
Again, personally.
So what's the thing about tattoos? Am I screwed? I'm covered, Jay.
I have
So many tattoos.
I have 13.
I stopped counting at 20. So I stopped counting when I completed my leg sleeve. I stopped counting. And it was a lot at that point. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I have 13.
No shit.
Yeah.
Unlucky number. You need to get one more.
Right. I mean, and I've always gone. Again, this is kind of another one of those like very debated topics. Like, oh, Christian can get tattoos. You know, is Old Testament. Is you look where it's saying in Bible, yada yada yada.
Supposed to mark the body.
Yeah, like it literally says, "Don't tattoo your body." And again, for me, it was one of those things where I was like, got it. And like, but I prayed on it. There was questions, but like before I would have all these urges to want to get tattoos. I'm like, yo, when's my next one coming? When can I get enough money?
I've been fiending for one, dude.
To get another tattoo.
Since I started the photography thing, I've not done a tattoo.
Yeah.
That's been my focus is the photography thing.
Right.
Let's go outside.
No, you're good. We're here to, like I said, we're here to talk. And so yeah, for me, that was it. And had that conversation. So then, but again, like the thoughts kept coming in, like, you know, reading the scripture, reading where it says, I was like, there's other things that it says like not to do. And like, but you know, like, cause like one of the lines, verses is like, you know, don't shave the sides of your head. It's like, dude, I get a haircut. I'm bald. Like, what is, you know, but again, it takes understanding what that means, you know, cause then some people will say, oh, you know, tattoos, you know, you don't do it for the dead. So like, don't get like, you know, a dead family member's name or
Definitely screwed that.
Oh, but let me get you there.
All right.
Two things. One, Pastor, I was again talking to Pastor E, and what kind of, I guess you could say, finalize it for me. Sometimes I do have some questions, and I'm like,
Yeah, well, obviously, you always gonna have questions.
But he said essentially, where did this come from? It was a pagan ritual. It was not something that God started and said, go ahead, start tattooing yourself.
Correct.
It was pagan, you know, the pagan people at that time that started it. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because again, if we're talking about Christmas, we're talking about all these other holidays, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, all right. That's kind of the, you know, again, for me, it was kind of like, okay, I get your point. And then two, again.
What was his point, though?
But that's what I'm saying. It was started through paganism. It wasn't like God was like, yeah, it's fine to tattoo yourself. Go ahead. Like, we're both doing it, but don't do it like they do it because they do it for the dead.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. He never said, yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Go grab a sleeve real quick, you know? And then to your second point or worry, fear, like it was for mine.
You're like 7, bro.
If you ask for forgiveness for it,
okay,
repent for it,
all right,
which repenting means not going back to it.
right.
Which again, some things I'm still struggling with. I asked for forgiveness. I haven't really repented for it yet. Yeah. But if you're like, forgive me for getting these, they are permanent, but you know, forgive me for getting them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is that there's a loophole to the
There's
system.
a chance. There is a chance.
There's a loophole to the system, Jay. Don't get dead people and I'm good.
I'm not saying that. You did not hear that on the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast.
Making it funny, y'all.
Yeah.
That's just me being crispy, bro. I'm being a wise and hammer, you know what I mean?
But no, trust me. I'm like, So like, but it says, you know, again, for me, it was just, you know, it was the kind of the end. Again, I don't have the urges anymore. I don't like crave it like I used to.
So like, it did this love-hate crave because like,
I love the art though.
when I've had the money, that's what it is, dude. It's the pain. You know what I mean? But then I stopped to really think about like a lot of these tattoos I got. I was in a lot of pain then, Jay. You know what I mean? So feeling extra pain made me feel better about myself, type shit. You know what I mean? But like, dude, there's been plenty of instances where I could have just pulled the trigger and gone and get a tattoo, but then I spend the money to do something else.
Right.
every time I'm like, oh, I want a new tattoo. I haven't got one in so years. And then, like, I just won't think about it for, like, months, bro.
And you're like, oh, I need a new camera lens. Oh, okay, I'll just spend the money on that.
And then I'll be talking to somebody like, oh, I just got a new tattoo. Like, oh, I should get a new
That'd be so
tattoo.
cool, yeah.
And then, like, months will go by. So it's like, okay, maybe I haven't gotten one for 3 years for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You never know.
But then again, like, how can I ask for forgiveness on something when, like... So I understand I'm not supposed to get tattoos of memory, like, of dead people, but, like, yo, certain tattoos is for me to remember who they are, who they were, to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't feel bad for that. So how do I ask for forgiveness for something I truly don't feel bad for? At this point in time.
I get what you're saying.
Prime example, my buddy Adam. He died when we were kids. Dirt bike accident. Tragedy, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that was my way of honoring, like, our friendship that I had with him. You know what I mean? It was to have him on me so he's always with me.
Yeah.
Type thing.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what my afterlife tattoos, I'll call them afterlife tattoos, are, like, the reason behind them. Same thing with my meme.
Yeah.
So she's always with me. I know meme's always with me. No, she's here. She's always with me, bro.
Yeah.
Watching over me.
Yeah. I mean, I have my nephew here, I have my dad here, and I have my uncle here.
So, like, those I don't feel bad for getting. So how do I ask for forgiveness for that? Or do I just simply not at this point in time?
I mean, I would ask for forgiveness.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's a great question. That's a really good question.
Don't, like, feel that I did something wrong?
I mean, there's got to be the conviction. Again, that's a conversation between you and God, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Mi opinion, I would ask for forgiveness. I mean, I would mean it. I in the sense of, in my opinion, my perspective. Again, if I'm speaking on my tattoos, again, I love the artwork that I have. And obviously I got them for specific reasons.
Obviously.
For me to, remember.
We've had that conversation before.
Yeah.
About, you know what I mean?
Remember things or people.
Right.
Is, forgive me for doing this act of getting a tattoo. Yeah. I know, again, I believe that it is wrong. I mean, that's a tough one, man.
Right?
Honestly.
But like, so that brings to, I didn't know it was going to bring it to this point, but it brought it to this point about how, like, it is hard. You know what I mean? But then again, the reward you get for giving yourself to God is greater than a question like this, bro.
I think you just answered your own question.
Yeah, no,
I get where you're going though. I get where you're going though. That's a tough. Yeah.
I didn't know it was gonna bring it to that point. That's crazy that it brought it to that point, dude. Literally, you know what I mean?
But I 100% get what you're saying, because you're like, I get what you're saying. It's like,
bro,
I don't
answer my own question, bro.
I want, it's like I want the. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of it's not the same, but it reminds me of the verse. What's the point of a man gaining the world yet losing his own soul?
Right.
But again, I'm 100%, because again, as I was trying to I would ask for forgiveness, but like in my perspective with my stuff, I was like God forgive me, right, for doing it. I'm sorry, but it's like where, in your scenario, you're like, I don't feel like I did something wrong. Again, that would be a conversation with him,
okay,
and being like, listen, like, I'm trying to understand this. Right. I want to keep the memory, or is it a thing where it's like, forgive me for what I did, help me to keep their memory without it maybe necessarily being attached to the tattoo itself. Okay. Because again, that was the intent. I want to remember my friend, my family member, etc. Yeah. Help me to, maybe it's a question of help. I want to be forgiven for getting the tattoo, but help me remember them in a way that honors you in a sense. Right. You know what I mean? That's a tough. I'm with you on that. That's a tough question. Again, it's relative to the person. Right. That was a tough one. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to ask Pastor E on that one. I'm gonna have to hit him up.
He does question of the week.
Q&A Friday.
Yeah. I need that man's info, dude. Cause
I'll give it to you as soon as we wrap up.
I am definitely going. To send him that.
Yeah, man.
No, he didn't do one this week. Last week.
He didn't. He may not have gotten questions. Sometimes he doesn't do it if he doesn't get questions.
I mean, that makes sense, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Q&A Friday, and we're done.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. This is Bread and Beans, your favorite Marvel podcast.
Grab his contact. That's a good question.
I got you. Yeah, for sure. That would definitely be a good one. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would love that one too. That's cool. Word. Yeah, man. I think that's a good spot to.
I think it's a great spot. One, because you're ending on a very high note. It's about God. Two, I gotta pee like I'm.
As always, there's always one person that has to. Always one person that has to. I want to say thank you. I want to say God bless to everybody that has been tuning in. I appreciate all of y'all. Shout out to Kayla. Shout out to L.Y.F E who are not here.
Get better, feel better.
Get better, feel better. Heal up.
It's that, hey y'all. It's that time of season.
It's that time of season.
Vitamins in you.
Orange juice and get your vitamin D's and C's and all that. Hater. Haters gonna hate.
Get some electrolytes in you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get some vitamins in you.
Haters gonna hate.
Take care of yourself, all right? It's that time of year, man. Y'all gonna start getting sick. It happens. It's winter time.
Yeah, we got a fun episode planned for next week to drop for Christmas, holiday, giftmas, whatever you want to call it, however you celebrate it. We're just here to just have a good time together, and hopefully you guys will enjoy us as you are opening your gifts, cooking your meals, all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that one. But check this one out first. We appreciate you for listening to this one. Yeah, God bless everybody. Appreciate all y'all support as we close out this year. But until next time, my name is Jay Faith. We got
Krispy.
And this is the Right Mind Wednesdays podcast. Krispy, you can finally go to the bathroom, and we will catch y'all next time. What's up?